Okay, second video today. Hello everyone, Muckluck here, and we are back with more Guild Wars student news for June 25th. Let's just jump into it. Note to users of third-party programs. This all basically says your script broke. Specifically ArcTPS, because it breaks every single time there's a new patch, and the person that constantly updates it and fixes it is a saint. Land Spear Beta Event. Land spear, I don't like calling them land spears. Now, from now on, land spears are just spears, and underwater spears are now moist spears. So there's just spears and moist spears. The spear beta event begins this Thursday. The event runs from June 27th at 9 a.m. Pacific until June 30th at 10 p.m. Pacific. Every Guild Wars 2 account in good standing, including play for free accounts, will automatically get character slots marked beta when the beta event begins. Clicking on one of these slots will allow you to create a character using any of the 9 Guild Wars 2 professions. Okay, so really quickly, for anyone who's never participated in a beta event, this is how it works. You do not suddenly get access to spears on your existing character. You'll get a new character slot at your character creation screen. You can create a character, it'll just pop out at max level with an inventory full of modest gear and spears, and you will then be able to set the character up however you want, you know, Untamed or Soul Beast or Scrapper or Firebrand, whatever, and then go try it out. Any loot that character gets will be deleted. You cannot trade between a beta character and non-beta characters. So if you get, if you run fractals and you earn 10 gold, that will vanish afterward. It is, just consider it just completely separate from your main stuff. You can still group with other people. You can go on a raid with people that are on beta characters and people that aren't on beta characters and just try things out. But if you're really strapped for cash or something, just know that you will not be keeping that loot afterward because it went to a beta character. 10 gold is a rookie numbers. It was an example. All right, so I just wanted to make sure everybody kind of understood how that works. Its primary purpose is testing things out and seeing how it's going. Also, I'll say another reminder that they said that many things involving the spears are still being finished. Like the artwork, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, the artwork on the icons for the spears is rubbish right now. It's like there's just like a little sword icon, or it's like Monopoly pieces down here, okay? So just know that going into it, they will be replaced. Okay. General. Added an option to hide or unhide aqua breathers in the equipment panel. Yes, so finally, if you want to see your character drowning underwater, it's your lucky day. When the aqua breather is hidden and the player's equipped head armor is not hidden, the head armor will be shown when underwater. So I can swim with my big hat. Just have like a shark fin underwater. The aqua breather's attributes will still be used when underwater. Fixed in... Oh, this reminds me, this is a tip that new players often seem shocked by. Your helmet, if you have, really quickly for the new folks, your hat usually has a rune on it, right? And it matches the rest of your gear for a 6-piece bonus. Your hat is replaced by the aqua breather underwater. If you do not have the same rune over here that you do here, you will lose your set bonus whenever you fight underwater and significantly weaken yourself. So whatever rune you have on your hat, put it on here too. That's it. Updated the Sunken Treasure Hunter content in anticipation of an upcoming weekly event. Sunken chests have been added to the end of the Aquatic Ruins Fractal and Siren's Reef Fractal. Ooh, that's kind of cool, a little nifty bonus. Deadly piranhas will now subside after the Siren's Reef boss encounter is completed. So the Siren's Reef final boss is you're fighting a dude like on a little pirate ship. So many people hate it. I love that fight because it's very engaging. There's so much going on. I love it. It's just absolute chaos sometimes. Anyway, if you, during the fight, sometimes the pirates try to knock you off the ship and they hit you with a knockback and throw you in the water. The water, you take damage every second as if you're getting swarmed with piranhas or something. So they're basically saying now the water should no longer damage you after you've beaten the boss, which I'm guessing that is because they put sunken chests in the water. In addition to resetting when the Master Diver achievement is completed, Sunken Chests will now also reset upon logging in or your first time entering a map after the weekly reset. So the Master Diver achievement basically says open every sunken chest in the game. So you can use a guide online and there's kind of like a circuit you can run, like go get this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, and then they all respawn. And then you can just keep doing that. So basically they've added another way for it to reset rather than going and getting whatever chest that you've missed. The location of some sunken chests have been adjusted within the map they're located in, primarily where they overlapped with Quaggan villages. Hint, cinematics for the chests have been updated. Ornate rusted keys can now be double-clicked to show a hint cinematic for the next available sunken chest in the Master Diver achievement. Huh. Dive Master Astora's merchant inventory has been updated. Swim speed infusion upgrades have been condensed to encourage upgrading in increments of 5. Single point upgrades are still available. So for anyone who doesn't know it exists, the loot from the sunken chest includes swim speed infusions, which you can trade on the trading post, so you can just buy them from other people. And you notice I've got a swim speed infusion plus 10 in that rebreather, which increases your swimming speed. And it's just nothing better to put in that slot, so it's nice. An account-based swim speed infusion is now available. This infusion begins at plus 15 increased swimming speed and can be permanently improved for all characters on your account by purchasing upgrade items from Dive Master Astora. Okay, that's kind of neat. Account-based. That's basically legendary. Legendary swim speed infusion. Infusible exotic quality aqua breathers are now available so that players can enjoy swim speed infusions before they've earned an ascended aqua breather. That's cool. So infusible means that it allows you to put an infusion into it. There is some orange items, exotic items in the game that allowed you to plug infusions into them, but mostly it's Ascended gear that allows that. It's not a lot of them. A limited number of extra ornate rusted keys can be purchased for karma each week, and excess keys can be exchanged for karma. Some of the new items will be available as prizes in an upcoming weekly event. Made various functionality improvements to opening and resetting sunken chests. Lowered the difficulty of the Help Lucretia Get Back to Garenhof event to make it easier for one player to complete. To me, as I read this, I thought that they were saying that there was one player in the entire game that couldn't handle this, so they made it easier for that one guy. And then I kind of reread it mentally, and I understood what it meant. Fixed an issue that caused players to become trapped in the catapults near Garrison Waypoint. Fixed an issue that could prevent the rock slides encountered in the missing Brood collection from being in the proper animation state. Fractals. Lonely Tower Fractal. Okay, I got a beef with Lonely Tower Fractal. Let me explain this real quick. A week or two ago, Lonely Tower Challenge Mode came out. They didn't say it in their patch notes. I, who am such a Boost Goose content creator within this community, didn't know Challenge Mode Lonely Tower was out for like 4 days until I saw Teapot or Snebzor or someone ranting about a bug that was in it on Twitter. And I was like, wait, it's out? I had no idea. That's their newest content. They should be screaming that from the rooftops. Come on, GW2 advertising. Tell people that it's out. Yeah, so anyway, Lonely Tower Challenge Mode has apparently been out for a short time. They didn't decide to announce this at all. And it's apparently got some bugs in it. The only the stuff I've seen related to it is people complaining about glitches and stuff. I haven't tried it myself. I made the guide for the normal one. I haven't tried CM yet, but apparently it was in pretty bad shape from what I've heard. All right. Reduced the boon corruption ePark causes with envy empowerment. That is the green empowerment, and it was hands down the worst part of the fight. So, TLDR, the whole room has little cracks on the ground that do very minor damage when you touch them, and then there's red circles all over the room constantly going off. And basically, it is challenging to do the fight without taking any damage. I would say more commonly, you'll be doing the fight and constantly taking very small amounts of damage. The problem is if he gets an envy empowerment, it's a buff he can get based on certain conditions, and any damage he does to you, any damage, including the minor damage all over the room, corrupts all your boons. Not 1, not 2, not 3, all of them. 13 of them. Okay? So you get every dot in the game, every debuff in the game, and you're feared. And you have vulnerability, and then you're just getting melted. And it's just constantly, like every second, if you come into contact with one of those cracks on the ground, every boon you have is getting corrupted. It is absolutely awful. That part of the fight is not fun. All right, ePark's Consume skill will only absorb emotion globules that are 5 or more seconds old. Freaking thank you! The only thing I asked for when people were like, I had this conversation 30 minutes ago. When people were like, Muck, would you change the ePark fight? I said the only thing I would change is it's not fair that when he drops a set of orbs as he's vacuuming the orbs, and he's like, here are some orbs, lol, JK, and then he pulls them right back in and immediately gets the buff, and there's almost nothing you can do about it unless you got someone in the group with Shift Signet or Jaunt to just port and slam into them within 1 second. I is like the only thing I would change about the normal mode on that fight is don't make him spit out new orbs right when the vacuum starts. I don't like that. However, this is an answer to that. This is an answer to the only beef I had with normal mode. The rest of it, get good. Reduced E-Park's health. He was a bit of a sponge. Fixed an issue that prevented Wave of Envy from hitting enemies if they were standing too close to E-Park. I think that might be the thing where you could stand in the middle of his hitbox. Wait, Wave of Envy. Okay. I don't know if that's the cross attack or the circle shockwave. The cross attack, you could stand inside his hitbox to avoid it. The shockwave, I think you still had to jump over it? I'm not sure. But, so I'm not sure which one that is. It'll take some testing, because I came up with my own names for his abilities. The cross, the wave, the slap chop. I don't know what their proper names are. One person in my chat says Envy is the cross attack. Okay. So no more standing in the dead zone there. All right. Reduce the boon corruption dealt with by Wave of Envy. The skill no longer corrupts boons on players who evade the attack. Oh, that was corrupting us through evades too. Nice. Reduce the health of the Rift Guardian champion summoned during the encounter in challenge mode. I haven't seen challenge mode yet. I don't know anything about those. Strike missions. Some balance adjustments have been added to the Temple of Fibre challenge mode encounter to make it more accessible. These changes do not apply to the legendary version of the encounter. The number one thing they could do to make it more accessible is ban virtuosos. I'm not saying that because I think it should be done. I'm saying that because I'm currently an agent of chaos, and I think it would be funny. Okay, moving on. Reduce the duration of the insatiable effect applied by empowered insatiable hunger to 3 minutes. Reduce the number of stacks of empowered that Ceres gets from empowered smash to 2. Reduce the health and toughness of malicious shadows. Reduce the penalty for failure during empowered crushing regret. Failure to have enough people to absorb an attack will cause players to be downed instead of defeated, as will being hit by 2 of the attacks. Multiple failures or being hit by the skill more than 2 times will still cause players to be defeated. Link for notes. Sure. Pasty and pasty. Let's see. PvP. The number of Ascended Shards of Glory required to purchase Ascended Gear from PvP has been decreased. Ascended Armor has gone from 1,200 to 800. Two-hand and one-hand Ascended Weapons have been gone from 400 to 200 and 400 to 100 respectively. Wow. That's pretty cool. So for those that don't know, the Shards of Glory are tradable. Ascended Shards of Glory, you have to get yourself. So this is a reduction to the number of PvP matches you have to play to purchase Ascended Gear from PvP. A reminder, you can get Ascended Gear anywhere, do whatever game mode you enjoy, but if you choose to get it from PvP, it's now faster. Also, if you're making the legendary armor from PvP, you need the Ascended pieces from PvP because they're precursors. So this will speed that up. That's cool. The following changes will apply to ranked reward tracks starting with the next PvP League season, Season 42, which begins on July 2nd. The total number of boxes of Grandmaster marks obtainable from the reward track has been increased from 3 to 9. The repeatable Byzantium chest also contains a box of Grandmaster marks. 3 to 9. Wow. That's quite a bit. Okay. Instant reward track potions have been added to each tier at a rate of 3 potions per 10 pips. Vials of Karma have been added to each tier at a rate of 3 vials per 10 pips. Holy cow. Yo, that is a lot of rewards to the reward tracks. Okay, really quick, just for people that don't PvP on the regular. When you're playing PvP, let's assume you're playing ranked. This bar fills up kind of like an experience bar, and every time it fills up, you get like a treasure chest. You get like a little box of loot. Additionally, you also have the reward track here, which fills up, and you can pick what reward track you're going to do, and you get whatever you desire as it finishes. Small tip here: if you're doing this and you're new to the game, the ones that are not repeatable, this means repeatable. The ones that are not repeatable typically pay like 10 times. They have like way better stuff, and then the repeatable ones have less good stuff, but you can do them as many times as you want. And then the third thing is this stuff here. So, like, you got this chest, and at the start, I haven't played any PvP this season. So, you first, you go through these rewards, and then these, and then these, and you just keep going to the right as you play games. The Byzantium chest is the last one, and it's juicy because it gives you 20 gold every time you open it, and it also gives you, the bottom box to my right has what it gives you the first time you open it. The top tooltip is what you get additional times because it's repeatable. Now, I haven't patched my game yet, so this is before the patch notes. But you get 20 gold, Ascended Shards of Glory, and like all this stuff each time you open it. So they are increasing what you get from all of those rewards, which is, that's nice. That's welcome. All right, personal story. Soto. Added messaging has been added to Chapter 18, the 11th hour, to recommend completion of Into the Spider's Lair meta achievement Enter Naos before proceeding into the story instance. Yes. The Crichton Herald, I believe, had an excellent video of this. Crichton Herald, for those of you who may or may not know her, she's basically like Guild Wars 2 ASMR. Every video talks about the new, sultry, sensuous, Booze Goose new cape that just came in the Guild Wars 2 gem store. Like, yo, she, nails it. Anyway, she had a video where she talked about her first time trying out the new story. She was eager to do the new story. She didn't do the meta first, and how disorienting the story was to go straight, you're like, all right, I'm starting the new story. You're in E Park's throne room. What? Because the meta is what gets you there. But if you just play the story in order, you just end up in his throne room. And it's just like you skipped all the travel. It doesn't make any sense at all. And it's just really, it feels like it's terrible writing because it just makes no sense. So I think it's good that they did this for future players so that the story makes some sense. A new achievement, True Ending, the 11th hour, has been added to the Midnight King story achievements. Successfully completing the Into the Spider Lair meta event with the 11th hour as your active story step before completing the instance rewards the achievement. This achievement has been added to the list of achievements that award progress toward completing Soto Midnight King Mastery meta achievement. Items. Players who misplace their Sagas and Draconic Core or would like extras can now purchase additional copies from Seratok and Lion's Arch after completing all requirements to earn the item. Suffused Obsidian Armor Skin Consumables Rarity, that's a mouthful, has been updated from Legendary to Exotic to prevent the deletion confirmation from requiring players to type out its name. Fixed an issue that prevented E-Park's Empowered Greatsword and E-Park's Empowered Sword skins from being unlocked in the wardrobe. Fixed an issue that caused Sarek's backpiece, the Midnight King's backpiece, and the infused versions of both to grant the exotic attribute values instead of ascended attribute values. Oh, if you had those items, you had nerfed stats before. Profession, honestly, when I see stuff, patch notes about Obsidian Armor, you know what I want them to change? These. When I'm full buffed in a raid, my buff bar now goes behind my map. Like, no more quest credit on buff icons, please. Okay, rant over. Profession skills. Below are changes to the balance notes that we previously shared. You can see the original notes here. I'll have a link below the video. Elementalist. Catalyst. Elemental Celerity. Fixed an issue that caused this skill to fail when the user was holding a conjured weapon in World v World and PvP. Guardian. Leap of Faith. Increased the radius from 180 to 240. Firebrand. Mantras now automatically charge in combat in PvE only. Congratulations, Firebrands. I just recently did a video where I tried out Quick Firebrand for my first time and tried playing it. And it was one of the one of the classes that I could not play well within the 2 hours I gave myself to play it because it is extremely intensive APM. For those who don't play Firebrand, really quickly, one of their buttons will be a mantra, and it has multiple charges. So like you click the button, fire charge, you click the button, fire charge, click the button, fire charge, the skill goes on cooldown now, and it's on cooldown for a while, and then you have to click a button to recharge it, and then you have to do like an Etch-a-Sketch thing in the air, which is a long in-combat cast time, then fire charge, fire charge, fire charge. So it's like 3 or 4 clicks per 20 seconds per button on your bar, all right? It's not just like, oh, I hit 6 through, I hit 7, 8, and 9 when they light up. No, you hit 7, 8, and 9 4 times each when they light up. And this will reduce that slightly. So, nice. That's a quality of life thing that will make the game just a little bit more fun to play for them. And it's not going to break anything. I'm totally about that. Honestly, their DPS might slightly increase because we're removing the time that they had to Etch-a-Sketch in the air. So their DPS might go up a little bit because during that time they were not able to do like 2 or 3 autos. So that will be also a thing. Mantra of Solace, Lore, Potence, and Liberation. The arc angle has been increased. Okay, so most of these things apply boons. Now, when you do it, there is like a very small spot right on top of you that they will apply the boon, but then they also do the boon in front of you. They're widening the cone. For anyone who doesn't math, they're making the cone wider. So if your teammate is standing in front of you but slightly off to the side, there is a better chance that you'll hit them with your buffs now. For anyone who doesn't know, Firebrand is possibly the only buff support in the game that doesn't just have like a big circle around them when their buffs go out. They have a little circle, but then they've got a cone in front of them, so they can like take a step back and blast their group with the stuff. They have to pay attention to that. Willbender, Rushing Justice, increase the Justice effect duration from 6 seconds to 8 seconds in PvE only. Okay, that's a slight buff to them. Reaper, Blighter's Boon, increase the base healing from 85 to 101. Ranger, Stalk on Juvenile Jaguar. This skill now applies stealth to the Ranger. Oh my god. Okay, so again, I haven't patched my game yet. So let me show real quick. This is the Jaguar. I can think of no time that this was meta in the last 6 years. It's F2 skill. Every pet has so every cat has the same, like, claw and bite and stuff like that, but then they have their own unique skill here. This one makes itself stealth. And so you can have it, use that in PvP and it can get the jump on someone, but cats typically get blendered in PvP because they're very fragile pets. So if they walk into like a Firebrand symbol or a Weaver who's spinning or something, they typically just vanish off the face of the earth. However, utility. Stalk on Jaguar now applies stealth to the Ranger in addition to the pet. Increase the cooldown from 20 seconds to 35 in World v World and PvP. Someone in chat said that will be good with the spear. Yes, the Ranger spear, the 4 or the 5 skill makes them go invisible. And the 1 through 4 has a different ambushes. Like, it'll be like I think it was like the 3 was a pounce, it was like a leap. But the 3, when you're stealthed, is a leap that also does 200 CC on the end of it. None of them are nearly as impressive as like a thief ambush, but they all get tweaked slightly if you're stealthed. This offers a nether wave going into stealth if you're using the spear. Revenant, Herald, Facet of Darkness, reduce cooldown from 25 seconds to 20 in PvP. True Nature Legendary Dragon, this skill now cleanses 3 conditions from nearby allies when used. Cool. Late notes, General, the daily achievement, Blood in the Water, has been moved to the Sunken Treasure Hunter category. When completed, the reward key is now sent directly to the inventory rather than using a reward chest. World versus World. Fixed an issue that caused some World v World teams in Europe to experience map queue issues. You know what you did. You deserved it. All right, refreshing the page to see if there's anything else. That's it. That is it. Okay, nice. This is pretty cool stuff. So there's a lot of work here trying to make the whole Sunken Treasure Hunter game be more desirable. I gotta say, this even tempts me to go do this, even with as advanced as my account is, because a permanent plus 15 swim speed and fusion for every character on my account, why not? So that might be a new goal for me. Lonely Tower Fractal, I'm glad they're tweaking this a bit. I wish their advertising had shown more of a spotlight on it, because like I said, I didn't even realize this was out, but I'm glad they're tweaking it. There's the Sarah CM stuff, PvP. No mention on, the invuln skill for Mesmers that was disabled like a week or 2 ago. I'm surprised there's nothing on that in here. There was a running joke that all of the Ceres CM attempts came to a grinding halt because they all had like 6 to 8 virtuosos and they just disabled the invulnerability skill for them. So I think that's still under maintenance. Let's see, items. I gotta say, even though I don't main it, I'm a sucker for a good quality of life thing. One of my favorite things in this patch is this right here. Mantras now automatically charge in combat and PvE only. That's awesome. I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy for you guys because I just played that and experienced it. And it was like the joke I said at the time was if Berserker keeping quickness up is just hitting F1, just one key a million times to keep up the boon, Firebrand has a million different keys that each give you 1 second of quickness. So they're like, and like that's basically how they play. This will reduce like 3 to 4 clicks per 20 seconds. Nice. So that's good. I'm happy for you for that. But yeah, anyway, that is the notes for today. That is them. If you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, or comments about things that I missed, put them in the comment section down below. I'll fight you there.